Hi folks, Travis Fox here with foxoptic.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Sightmark Wraith Thermal. This is Sightmark's first thermal device. I've been really pleased with this thing. As you can see, it's using their Wraith Mini body style basically. It's a really wonderful little device coming in under 2,000 bucks. We're going to take a look at this thing. I'll be right back with you. Okay folks, so here we've got the Sightmark Wraith Thermal. As you can see, again, it uses that Sightmark, if you've been around the Sightmark CMOS day-night vision devices much, you'll see that it's using the same body style essentially as the Sightmark Wraith Mini. That's been out for a while. It's a really well-received compact body style. Again, you can see it there. I've got it on an FX 30 caliber impact rifle. I had it on a Christensen Arms 22 long rifle. It was a really good pair for that, taking care of some raccoons, and you know, potentially I've had it on 223 and 308. This would be a good one for coyotes out to a couple hundred yards. Obviously this is going to be a great little device for hogs, but let's go around the device and talk about some of the features. So here on the side, you'll see you've got dual little windows in there. That's a USB-C input for external power. They've got a really nice external battery system for this thing. And then you also have a micro SD card port. That's for recording your videos and capturing still pictures if you prefer, but primarily video. You got a focus adjustment up here on the front of the device. They put this nice little throw lever up there. On the rear back here, we have diopter control. So you have front focus up here, rear diopter for focus to the display. Up on the top, we've got about the simplest button operation pad that you've ever seen. Essentially very intuitive. You have a center button press and then essentially just up, down, left, right arrow keys. The menu functions, when you're in the menu, as you're going through the different operating functions, you're going to see that you have basically like a little key that lays over on the right hand side to essentially tell you what your button functions are going to do for you. You see there, I popped the battery up so I can show you down in there. I have been running T-Energy 700 milliamp hour rechargeables in this and getting right at 4 hours on a set of 2 of them. But a lot of people are going to want to run the external for just more of a plug, you know, like set it and forget it style operation. As you can see, I've got the Sightmark quick release on the bottom of it. Does not come standard with that. It comes with a fixed mount. When we sell these, at least initially, we're going to be offering choice of the quick release or the bolt action extension mount with them. It actually does come with a really nice set of flip lens caps and an eye guard for the rear. I'm not obviously running either one of those on there at the moment, but just be aware it does include both. It's 35 millimeter front lens. It's a 384 288 thermal sensor unit, 40 millikelvin noise equivalent temperature differential, or NET-D that they'll call it, with a 1024 768 AMOLED display. You're looking at 10 reticle choices and 9 reticle color choices. You have 5 color palettes that you can choose from. So your black hot, white hot, they have a green styled color palette in there. I believe a red hot, you know, there's just a multitude of different color palettes. And then, you know, really simple functionality throughout the device. You can set 5 weapons profile choices. That's going to let you, you know, run on different guns and or different load combinations, things like that, and switch between zeroing points and really extend the functionality really well. It's a really little compact, well-designed device. But all in all, the performance of the thing is really good. As of, you know, right now, this thing is just now debuting. We're first part of May 2023. It's going to come out right at $2,000. I think this one's really going to be kind of a game changer in the marketplace. It's a really small device, weighing in at 1/2 ounces, packed full of useful features, but yet simple enough to operate that I would argue anybody should be able to operate this thing with no problem at all. So if your apprehension on thermal has been the complexity, this is going to be the device for you. This is going to be a simple, reliable to operate, efficient device, and it's going to hit a really good price point. So, you know, if you've been waiting for a device that's going to make a really nice little scope, but would double as a handheld scanner potentially with the aid of that quick release like I'm showing it there, you know, this device is going to do a lot for you at that price point. Okay, so as you can see, I'm showing you some footage through the device. Right there, the unit just automatically calibrated. This does have automatic calibration on it. As you can see, you get a nice darkened outline when you're in that white hot mode. In the black hot, you'll get kind of a white edge out there. It helps maintain the image size of the things you're looking at. It's a really nice little unit. As you can see, these deer are a little bit of a ways out there, still getting a real good clear picture into the background, as well as plenty definable detail. Could easily tell what those are at that distance without any problem at all. So, you know, if you've got some depredation tags, and or, you know, if you're hunting coyotes or things out there at distance, certainly going to find the identifications on this unit pretty good. I found stagnant IDs on something the size of a coyote to be out to, I'm going to say around 250 yards. At that distance, I could tell pretty easily the difference between a coyote and like a deer fawn, 2 to 250 depending on the conditions. Obviously, if it gets a lot worse, it could shrink from there. You start getting into things as small as raccoons, and that number's going to shrink down just because they're a little bit lower to the ground, and so the heat's going to radiate in around them. But if we're being honest, generally with the, you know, with the raccoons, which are becoming a big problem, at least here in the Midwest where I'm at, you know, they're really decimating our turkey populations. And a lot of states are moving right now to make some changes with regards to how to deal with those. I know at least here locally where I'm at, Iowa's talking about going to a year-round season on those things. And this little device is going to be really handy on a 22 inside of like, say, 100 yards. You can see at the clarity that you would be able to get there, and how much, you know, how effective one of these could be in dealing with those, you know, in those nuisance type predators and pests. But, you know, again, just kind of trying to show you some of the image quality throughout the device. The color palette's really useful inside this device, but if I'm being totally honest, generally I find myself running a white hot, black hot combination. Seems to give you the most detail in the sense that that's the widest gradient span in the colors. But, you know, some people are going to obviously prefer some of those unique color palettes that are going to help you pick up things off the background, or be potentially, like in the case of this green palette, maybe be a little less eye fatiguing. But great little device. We're going to finish this footage up. I'll be right back with you. Okay, folks, well, I hope you found that informative. This is a great little device out by Sightmark. If you need any help with this, or you're looking to purchase one of these, be sure to check them out on our website, www.foxoptic.com, or give us a call toll-free, 877-806-2977. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.